Good morning, millionaire. Welcome to the Julie Show, the show where your soul, your millionaire soul, has a place to grow and to glow. Here we are, nurturing your millionaire soul, activating your healthiness, your wealthiness, and your happiness to full potential. And we are starting off our day. It is quite sunny and sunshine is here. We're in the middle of summer here in Vancouver. It's phenomenal weather. And we have officially hit summer. So in the middle of summer, starting off with our healing tip of the day, you want to find some pure water and you want to get some high quality essential oils and create an aroma mist. So you can pick up bottles such as these. I love the blue cobalt because you don't want it to be see-through. You want it to protect your oils from sunlight and store it in a cool place. But you want to get some filtered water for sure so that the water is as absorbent as possible to absorb the oils. If you have other metals and chlorine in your water, it won't absorb it. Plus, you'll be putting that on your skin along with your oils. And it just blends a whole lot better if you have the purest form of water you can find. And then you want to blend in essential oils. So in my spray today, I've got frankincense and orange blend into filtered water. It's actually filtered with Santivia's pitcher, which you can get those at London Drugs. And the essential oils I actually picked up at Essence. So they have a Calm blend. It's called Calm. And it's orange with frankincense. But you can gather those oils on your own, whatever way you're able to gain access to them. And then you want to put about 30 drops in here. So if you were to blend, what you need to do is blend the orange and frankincense together and until you feel the balance of the smell, or not feel, but smell that it's, okay, that's pretty equal because they're going to be about the same amount of drops. Or you want to have a blend already mixed with frankincense and orange and then place 30 drops into a bottle of water, such as this size here. And you don't want to sit yourself right directly in the sun outside after you spray it. You want to allow it to evaporate because orange especially is very reactive with sunlight. So you don't want to immediately be laying there in the sun if your face is misted. But these mists will evaporate fast and soak in and lighten your mood immediately. It goes right into your olfactory system. Frankincense is very centering and clearing off any clutter thoughts. And orange is both of them are very uplifting. Orange is very bright and happy and refreshing, right? So doing aroma mists in the summer especially is very awakening, relieving, refreshing. It's just that little bit of mist will make you feel amazing. So let's move into our financial tip of the day, brought to you by successquoteme.com. That is my financial business that I work on with my husband. And what I want to bring to mind today is smart splurging. So if you have a savings account and you know or at least your savings, and you don't want to touch it, and then you're like kind of focusing to stay in balance with your finances, or you're working on clearing off some debt, you may feel like you're feeling a little restrained, or that you're having to keep your splurging down to a minimum. So what you want to do is acknowledge that not all splurges are good, and yet you still want to be enjoying your life. So you want to integrate smart splurging. And think of list of at least 3 to 5 items that really give you pleasure or nurture you in a way that makes you go, yeah, I really love spending money on this item. And it could be as simple as, oh, I want pizza delivery, something as ridiculously splurging as that, to I want to go and spend some time at the infrared sauna. List items, especially the items that are really good for you, items that you really feel good. So what you're doing is collecting your list of favorite things, your favorite things that are $20 and under. And you want to stay on track with making smart use of your money, right? So you don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to keep splurging on all my favorite things all the time. You need to integrate them in a way that you really value them even more so, but that they are in your life and you're not feeling like, ooh, I'm never able to participate in my favorite things. Maybe it's going to an event that costs an admission fee, or just buying yourself a new item of attire or a beauty item, or let's say like ice cream night or a game or a book or a journal. Just start, oh yeah, I get really happy when I'm able to purchase this, or I'm able to get a new this, or I'm able to go for this, or I'm able to give this. Start listing what those items are, and at least find 3 of your favorites. Know what your top favorites are, and post that list somewhere where you can see it in your life. Your favorite things list, so that you're like, oh yeah, I need to award myself today. So you want to integrate it in a way where you've hit some career goal, or you've hit a money goal, you hit a savings goal, like you hit your target this month, and you brought on a new business partner, or you landed an interview, or you closed a deal. You want to be celebrating and splurging these smart $20 splurges when you've done something, you've hit a target. You want to reward yourself. So these are smart splurges, rather than not acknowledging your plateaus, right? Not acknowledging your goal hitting targets. It's better to celebrate, and celebrate at least a little bit. You don't have to go full blown and buy yourself a car unless you landed a massive deal and you know that it's gone through, because sometimes deals don't always end up going through. But let's say you closed a deal and you're like, yes, I did a good job of that. That went really well. I'm going out to lunch. And it's great to do these because you want to prevent yourself from actually binging. So some people restrain themselves, and then they're all over the place, and they binge and they splurge binge, and that is not a good splurge. So you want to be smart. You want to enjoy your life. You want to integrate these little splurges into your life. And actually, the cool thing is it really motivates you to be like, yeah, I want ongoing money goal targets being hit. I want ongoing success in my life being hit, because your list of favorite things is motivation to generate your enthusiasm and your focus on, I manage my money well, and I spend money on myself well, or on others, my loved ones, my friends, my community, whatever you want to be spending it on. I'm enjoying my life. I have an ability to manage my money and hit my targets and celebrate life, all balled into one, because you want to be having fun. Success is meant to be your leverage on enjoying life and nurturing yourself. So, like something as simple as, let's go for a healthy smoothie, right? Or I'll treat you to a healthy smoothie, because that'd be $20 if you and yourself, depending on where you're going. Yeah, so that's my little tip right there. And you've got to list them out, like bouquet of flowers, even beeswax candles, all the items that you know, ooh, that makes me feel great. List them out, set them up, and start integrating these smart splurges into a reward system for yourself. Instead of lining yourself up for a spending binge, you want to line yourself up for smart spending splurges. So today's title is Declutter Your Aspirations. So just like we were going over our healing tip here, this really helps declutter your mind, refresh your mind, and letting go of clutter. You want to do that to your aspirations. You want to freshen them up, make them crystal clear, and let go of the clutter. Let go of the distractions. Let go of side swiping your goals and get targeted, get straight on. And like when you're going to splurge, if you're going to line up these smart splurges, you want to know exactly what you feel good about splurging on, because sometimes we just randomly splurge in the moment where we're spontaneous, and that can be fun. Like you find something, you're like, yeah, that was super fun, that felt good. But sometimes we spend it on something that we didn't actually really find to be healthy or make us feel happy. Not that we need to use it as an emotional retail therapy, but that we know that we spend it on something that we actually really like and that really enhances our lives and really expresses who we are. So you want to declutter your aspirations so you make these clarified choices. And I'm moving into the reading of the day, brought to us by Daniel Laporte, the Firestarter Sessions, a soulful and practical guide to creating success on your own terms. So why would we even bother decluttering, right? Why would we freshen our minds and be crystal clear? Why would we bother decluttering the aspirations on how we splurge? Why would we bother with that? Well, let's find out. Host a dream funeral. It's good to declutter your aspirations every once in a while. Enter the annual dream funeral. The year that Alexandra was a particularly dark and broody teen, think Black Swan-esque with a green mohawk. Her family's trials also included the death of an uncle, lung surgery for a sibling, and generally a lot of troublesome juju. Her mother decided that it was time to do some formal letting go. New Year's Eve, Mama Bear brought out a sage stick and told me, my dad, my little sis, and my big bro, that we were going to write down things, beliefs, feelings, patterns, perceptions, goals, dank and dusty dreams that we needed to release on little pieces of paper. Light them on fire and scatter the ashes, she explains. I know Alexandra's people. They are a sophisticated folk of high intelligence and talent. So this was a radically woo-woo tactic. We grumbled a bit and we were slightly unwilling hippies in training, but we did it. And it was potent. It became an annual dream funeral tradition, and over the years we augmented the ceremony with beer and watching the Big Lebowski. Kind of makes you want to be adopted by them, doesn't it? The annual dream funeral has expanded to include a second step. After scorching your old dreams, write down a new dream, or rather, a single word that represents the new world order. Last year, Alexandra chose the word voltaic. She's like that. The psychedelics of dreaming. How you get so fly from not being afraid to fall out the sky. Jay-Z, beach chair. You've got to cross the old boundary lines to retrieve new information. If you want a vital outcome, you need vitalized input. You got to dance, shake it up, go extreme, get off your chain, and then come back to center where both possibility and practicality synergize. Promise me that you'll spend all pragmatism for the purpose of this next exercise. This is not the time to be reasonable, agreeable, or conventional. Where we're going, cynicism is an illegal substance. If you've done your share of psychedelics or ever watched 3 felony films consecutively, this won't be too much of a stretch. If not, you'll have to call forth the funk factor in your DNA. It's time to trip. You should probably turn the lights off and lie on the floor. Go ahead. I'll wait for you. What if you dropped some acid and did your goal setting? Or wrote out your bucket list right after you went skydiving and were still high on adrenaline? Just imagine being off in a thrilled, altered state as you start mapping out your future. You'd get out of your box and stomp on it. Colors might explode from where you used to see obstacles. You could be feeling invincible, sporting superhero gear and a Lady Gaga attitude. You'd be artistically mad and damn sexy, making Olympian evocations of the universe. You would be seeing a life that's lit up and you'd be loving it. Go to the edge beyond reason. What would be so amazing that you feel shy to even consider it? Where's the rush of absurdity? How much happiness could you stand? What would surprise even you? Feel the high of the extreme dream. You should be peaking right about now. Dream team. If you follow your bliss, you'll begin to meet people who are in the field of your bliss, and they open the doors to you, said Joseph Campbell, explaining his theory of the invisible hands that help you through life. While you're still tripping on the Milky Way of potential, call in your invisible elders, your angels, and your faith leaders. Imagine hanging out with the wisdom keepers and the titans of your industry, your idols. Now assume that you are their contemporary, that you've earned your place alongside them. Ask for their grittiest stories and advice, just as you would a new best friend. Jam with them. Observe. Tell them your ideas, give them your pitch, sing them your song. Pay close attention to how they respond and what do they tell you. Get crazy real. Now wind it down back to earth. How did it feel to be grandiose, stimulating, or angsty? Did anyone enter your dream and try to hijack it with negativity? What in your trip of dreams felt like you could taste it, reach it? What felt like it was already in progress? What made you feel calm and ready? You may have found some courage or sagacity on the other side of the extreme dream. You may have imagined new possibilities. You may be thinking way bigger or smaller, as in more precise and to the point. Either way, you'll be closer to knowing what superpowers of your own that you want to focus on developing. After you've tripped the light fantastic, you need to put on your sensible walking shoes and just start from where you are. The rest of these sessions is about doing just that. Put fear in its place. Say no to energy drains, calling in the best forces, and combining love with intelligence to make things happen. Ooh, that was really juicy, right? Amazing, incredible tapping in to our most thrilling dreams, like the existence that is so idyllic to you. you can tap into it on a daily basis. Take a moment, rewind this, and listen to it again and really get into it. When you have a moment to be like, okay, I got 20 minutes, I'm going to really tap into, and maybe even stop when I say a line and really ask yourself, yeah, let's make that idyllic existence come to life. Your ideal dreams and goals alive, your expression of who you are, your posture, how you perceive life and how you perceive yourself. It'll all line up with your idyllic existence when you just give it a moment on a daily basis is extremely effective. Anytime you think of it, just pause and close your eyes and realign yourself with these ideal dreams, seeing them as your idyllic reality, and embody your idyllic existence that really matches with these goals. Who are you? Your most extreme potential is what makes you happy, makes you healthy, and makes you wealthy. And when you tap into that, it shatters all the fuzz, all the excess, all those excess things that you're doing, that you're saying, that you're thinking, that you're feeling. When you really tune in and acknowledge, what are my actual aspirations and what am I actually creating that is so me, everything else dissolves. The unnecessary twitches and distractions and thinking it's somewhere else and I haven't reached it disappears because you tune in. What have I got going on now? What are my resources now? Who is really working with me on this now? What am I creating? So refresh yourself, refresh your dreams, calm yourself, wake up, heighten your mood, let go of the negativity and focus on the positive aspiration that is you and your living existence today. Go out there and millionize your life.